receive Brian Thomas Jr. Always staying busy, he's your league leader in receiving yards. It's the Lions and the Bisons, and it comes your way next.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Welcome again, one and all. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Brandon Gordon on hand alongside Charles Davis. And yes, the storyline here, the weather, snow, and more than expected as this game continues. So how will that impact how this one goes?
Can these teams ignore the distraction and the strangeness of playing in a snow game? Because it actually affects the crowd as well. That big roar you get is often muffled when there's a snow game. And the second part, what's the footwear you got on? Does that fit the turf you're playing on? And how will it handle as things get a little bit slick?
What we can see of the ball appears to be teed up and ready to go. And off we go on EA Sports. And the opening kickoff will not be returned as that will be a touchback. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" quarterback.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. First carry here for Kenneth Walker III. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
You talk about this Lions defense.
It's quite a unit, that's for sure. Number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
Take those rankings, throw them right out the window, because this is what you prepare for. This is what you practice for. This is what you think about. The ultimate test, taking on the number 1 overall offense in the league.
So, CD, this defense, they know that they have to be at their very best when they're taking on a team here that's in the midst of a winning streak that's now stretched over multiple months, not weeks, months.
I think the challenge they put upon themselves is we want to be the guys to end that streak. And what's working in their favor? The winning streak on the other side. Sometimes that carries a burden with it because they feel like they have to play perfectly as well. Let's just go out there and get them is the idea.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away.
So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. And leading them out there, their 6'5" quarterback.
And he comes to the end of the season leading the NFL in passing yards. And that's not necessarily something you set out to do at the beginning of the year, but it's a good illustration of how remarkable and consistent he's been all season.
Ready?
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Bryant. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete.
And he is finally forced out of bounds inside the 30-yard line.
A big play there for Detroit. 49 yards.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
Escapes the defender. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And the Lions are going to be set up with a 1st and goal. He couldn't quite reach the chalk, but they'll have it at the 1-yard line. Back to throw. Bryant to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Down this close to the goal line. 1st down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on 1st down in this situation because 2nd down, that gives me a...
And that is caught, and the record is his. It's a touchdown. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. Or these may be an adventure this afternoon, but this one is good. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And the end result, a Detroit touchdown. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Bison's offense and their quarterback coming out for their 2nd drive. And his ability to use his legs has given the defense fits when trying to game plan. He's currently 2nd in the NFL in rushing yards by a QB. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And, Charles, you look at these two teams, and these are those kind of litmus test games in the second half of the season that if you're a coach or a player, you can either really look forward to them or really dread them, depending on your point of view.
And if you're dreading them, you're not going to go very far in the playoffs. You need to look forward to these kind of games because here we've got 2 division leaders, both real contenders for the NFC title. And you're right, you love having easy games on your schedule, but you need some games like this to toughen you up a bit and ensure that you're ready for the shock of playoff football.
And he's going to go down again. Calling a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up 3rd down.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Back-to-back sacks have this place in a frenzy as they line up again 3rd and long now. Working out of the gun, Daniels. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. On to the 2nd quarter, Mexico City in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now Daniels. That's caught. Puka Nacua. Now he's loose down the middle of the field. And all the way in for the touchdown. Puka Nacua, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Bisons are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Extra point through the snowflakes, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
Throwing to start the drive. Bryant, he'll air it out deep for Thomas. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I usually hesitate when I say a guy's got world-class speed, but this guy might. So let's fire the starter's pistol. Let's go. If you've got him, you've got to try and use him. A lot of anticipation.
Oh, ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight?
And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on second.
Here's Daniels.
Throwing the slant pattern here, complete. Nothing flashy there, the slant to the slot.
All the frustration for the defensive guys because it's a quick play. And you know it's going to be a bang-bang play in terms of the throw and the catch. And then he's able to absorb the contact and complete it.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. In trouble, and he's taken down. It'll be a sack and a loss of 3, but more importantly, it brings up fourth down. So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line.
The Lions offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he comes into this final weekend of the season as the NFL's leader in passing yards as he looks to end his strong campaign on a high note.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And got his man complete.
Now he's loose down the left sideline.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit.
Brian Thomas.
2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Lions have taken the lead.
Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and executes even better. And here, it only takes a few snaps before they're in the end zone. That's how they demoralize teams. That's how they put them on notice.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. Out is Mexico City now to go on offense. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. To the air goes Daniels.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up.
Well, week 18, this is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy, but the medical staff is going to have to take a look here, and we'll step aside.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
To throw is Daniels.
Finding Walker, complete.
Down the left sideline.
And he gets this one down to the 24. And they rattle off a big one. 54 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30.
We've hit the 2-minute mark in the second quarter, 14-7.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Daniels looking to throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Going right side here, and that's complete. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime.
The kick by Bass is good.
And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Lions offense and Brian Thomas getting set to take over once more. And seemingly every time they've looked his way in this first half, it has resulted in a big play, as borne out by the numbers.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that...
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, Detroit.
Jalen Hyatt,
62 yards.
and the Lions are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
And he showcased his blazing speed on that one.
Was he wearing football cleats or track spikes? Because he was gone. Big-time play, and just think about what that does if you're a receiver on the team with him. Well, that's got to open things up for you as well, because if I'm a defense, I've got to get back deeper and deeper in order to keep him in front. But I'm not sure how many can actually keep him in front with that speed.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes it a 21-10 game. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. Out is Mexico City now to go on offense.
And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Throwing now is Daniels. Repeated the last play, finding Walker.
They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Off the option, he'll try and run with it.
And some room to work.
Across midfield. He's on his way.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
Brutal. So take away the long touchdown.
It's a cruel game sometimes, partner.
Back to throw now on first down. And he's going to be sacked. They sack it back right at the midfield stripe. They'll come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. From the gun on 3rd down, Daniels. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return. And the Lions are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10.
The Lions now taking over late in this first half. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead.
Throwing to start the drive. Bryant.
Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete. 2nd and 10.
Looking to throw. Bryant. Wide open receiver, complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a 1st? Operating from the gun. Bryant looking long for Thomas. And this is caught inside the 5. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown.
Brian Thomas in the final seconds of the first half. And the Lions will extend their lead here just before halftime.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is up to 18 now.
So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they'll have time for one play. That's it. 3 seconds to go before intermission.
Going to throw right side here, complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. So we've reached halftime here in Detroit with a...
Hey, we get it. No time to waste. Playoffs starting next week. We skip right over halftime and get back to the action.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Not too many breaks ahead according to the radar. More snow on the horizon as we are back underway in half number 2.
And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Lions offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Detroit.
Brian Thomas,
79 yards.
And the Lions come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter.
That's an early touchdown grab for last week's NFC Offensive Player of the Week. He was so electric, and they talked about it all week long. Have to try to contain it.
And now for him, being able to focus on the task at hand and not just immediately assume that last week it totally carries over, but you got to like the start that he has, showing those great hands that we've seen from him throughout.
Point after, right down the middle. And they open the lead up now to 25. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
Throwing to start the drive. Daniels. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. Back to throw. Daniels under a heavy rush, and down he goes. They'll wind up losing 3 there on the sack. Good pressure, and it's second down.
Oh, you can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Let's go now. Let's go.
On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Here's J.K. Scott now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. The home team's offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Charles, this offense, they've been on a roll. 2 drives ago, they scored. Remember, last drive was that one-play touchdown strike, so now they're looking to make it 3 for 3.
You know, I talked to a Hall of Famer one time about, hey, when you're on defense and these types of things are happening to you, what goes through your mind? And he told me at that point, it's not about schemes. It's not about what's called from the sideline. It's about players. Who's going to make a play, make a stand, and stop this offense from doing what they've been doing?
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the third quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
And the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4. Looking to throw. Daniels. And he's got his man on the out route. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A gain of 13. It's a first down. Back to throw. Daniels. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Trying the left side with Walker. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long. Well, this defense, they've got the 4-score advantage, and you can see why they continue to bottle up the run game. And really, they've just been sharp in all facets here in this one, CD.
Yeah, they've kept that offense in check the entire game, and I think it's been led by what you just talked about, that defensive front, which has now allowed them to run the football and establish control of the line of scrimmage.
And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up. The kick by Bass is good. And they're back within 3 scores as it's now a 22-point game. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points.
Now a hit and a loose football. And it's a big turnover there on the final play of the quarter. So it'll be a change of possession on the turnover when we get back. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. Second down and 3. Looking to throw. Daniels. This is caught. Touchdown. Puka Nacua. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Bisons have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Daniels going to try and throw for it. And he's going to get in for the score. And the lead now cut to 14. And, of course, on the 2-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
Fighting his way through contact. And able to get this out to the 25. So now out comes this offense led by their quarterback as they take over once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Hyatt able to make the catch downfield. Down to the 10. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Jalen Hyatt, his second touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Lions look poised to reach 17-0 as they add on to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. 1 play, 75 yards, 6 points. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Bison's offense and Jaden Daniels getting set for this next possession. And we'll take you through some of the highlights here. You'll notice he had a hand in a lot of them so far. He's got this offense rolling right now. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And after all those wins that they've reeled off, it seems that they finally have met their match in a big fourth-quarter hole. But still, what a run it's been. It feels like they have not lost in forever. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it's second down. Back to throw. Daniels. Buying time to his left. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And into the end zone. A scoop and score on the fumble return for the Detroit touchdown. And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Daniels from the gun on third down. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. It's Brian Branch with it. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick six last week. Not a pick six here, but an interception.
And it's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth quarter lead.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really... Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one.
Previous play is under review.
And we'll get a moment here as they look this one over.
Yeah, remember now, the call on the field is what they'll stick with unless they have clear video evidence to the contrary. And I give these officials a lot of credit. Such a tough and demanding job. You and I both know that. Yeah, they make the right call way more often than they get it wrong.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
So the decision to challenge does not pan out, and that's also going to cost him a timeout. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Bryant. And that will be incomplete. Well, 4th quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
On 4th down, Bryant. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Marshawn Lloyd from 13 yards out. And the Lions up the lead to 4 scores now here in this 4th quarter. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll increase their lead to 28. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. Out is Mexico City now to go on offense. But we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's our visitors with a football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Play action, now it's Daniels. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the 1st. Under pressure, and they got to him again. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down. All right,
they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Daniels going to throw for it.
And he finds a man with a crossing route. And unable to break away, they stop him a few yards shy. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position. That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Another touchdown here in the 4th quarter. And, Charles, I think we can start to consider that this undefeated streak of theirs is going to be safe for another week.
And, partner, you don't make it this far into a season without a loss unless you're getting contributions from both sides of the ball and sometimes even your special teams. And that's been true today. Each side helping guide them to this late lead.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. Out is Mexico City now to go on offense. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Looks like they're going to keep throwing to the bitter end. This one's long since over, but give them credit. They're going to go down fighting. That one, incomplete.
From the shotgun, it's Daniels.
Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
Channing Tindall.
My goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really, really turning in an incredible performance.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
It certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season.